Testing, testing. Okay, we're all good. Perfect. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our eLotus webinar today. My name is Donna, and I will be your host and your moderator for today's class. Here at Lotus Institute of Integrative Medicine, we are the leading acupuncture CEU provider, offering the largest selection of CEU courses for acupuncturists. So if you are here looking to learn something that you can apply in your clinic right away, you've definitely come to the right place. And one of the ways that we are able to help you here through eLotus is through our webinars. And if you want to sign up for our email list, that way you get notification when we have any promotions going on. And we're also on Facebook, so stay connected with us on social media. Search us eLotus.org in the search bar and like our page. And also join our Facebook group, which is called Acupuncturist Online. Okay, so today's class is Enhancing Your Practice with Essential Oils. It is a preview to Michelle's full weekend webinar, which is this weekend. So if you have not already, definitely sign up. We have one day dedicated to fertility and the other day dedicated to pain, and they're both on how to use acupuncture with the essential oils. So Michelle developed the body feedback style of acupuncture that uses palpation techniques combined with classical acupuncture point prescription, essential oils, Chinese herbs, and nutritional supplements to get to the root of people's health. And today she's going to go ahead and give a little more explanation on that. So let's go ahead and welcome Michelle. Michelle, are you able to do a quick testing on your end so we make sure we hear you?
Did you hear it? There we go. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Great. So are we good to go? Awesome. Okay, welcome everybody to today's class, Enhancing Your Practice with Essential Oils. I'd just like to give you a quick background. I started using essential oils in my practice in 2009, so about 10 years ago. And it was mostly because the patients were demanding that I use their oils or help them figure out how to use their oils. And when I started using them, I worked with certain groups first. And the first actually was digestive health. So we'll talk a little bit about that today. But for the most part, it was pain management and hormone balancing or enhancing hormones. And so I am very happy to share this information with you, and it's transformed my practice. And when I started using the oils in my practice, it tripled in size within about 6 months to a year. People were getting much better results, and they were asking for the essential oils if I forgot to use them in the treatment. So I know they were well received. So let's go ahead and get into this. Why use essential oils? One of the first reasons is that it balances the autonomic nervous system within minutes of inhalation or application. So the autonomic nervous system has a big impact on how people receive acupuncture. If their nervous system is really excited, they tend to feel the needles more, they tend to have a harder time relaxing, and they're more at risk for some of the needle sickness side effects of acupuncture. So I always use essential oils, for the most part, on the soles of my clients' feet before I put any needles in, and I give them while I'm checking my points and figuring out what I'm going to do to calm the nervous system down. So that's one of the ways we're going to talk about today. We're also going to talk about a variety of different application methods, diffusing versus topical versus internal use. Internal use, you have to be really careful that you're using a brand that's approved by the FDA for internal use. A lot of the supplement companies today are adding essential oils to their products, to their nutritional products. So what I found a long time ago was adding some of the citrus essential oils to the Chinese herbs. The powders from evergreen dissolve great in water, and if you add just a couple of drops of essential oils to it, it really covers the taste of the herbs, and it also enhances the absorption and the person's ability to tolerate them. So we're going to talk about that too. And then we have different types of uses we're going to talk about today. There's the medicinal use or medical use, cosmetic use. A lot of people use essential oils for cosmetics. Myself, I use just frankincense on my face, and I'm very proud to say I'm actually turning 50 this year, guys. So the essential oils have kept me pretty much wrinkle-free the last 10 years. And then also for cleaning, a lot of people like to make their own cleaning products and get back to the basics. And so this is a really booming industry for essential oils, is actually in the home cleaning. So it also appeals to a broad demographic of consumers. You've got your do-it-yourself consumers that are using essential oils as alternatives to chemicals and to pharmaceutical medications. This was one of the reasons I really embraced the essential oils, is because I saw the industry really taking off and people needing direction. They needed to know which oils to use, what was working for them. And I figured out a way to incorporate it into the palpation testing so that people can get, oh, thank you. So people can get the right oils. It's really important that when people are using oils, because they're strong, they're effective, and with the right combination, it's almost like getting a home run every time with your treatments. And then there's also consumer demand due to the direct sales companies in the wellness industry. That would be the Young Living and doTERRA oils. There's that's a whole nother topic we can discuss at another time, or you can send me questions via email on that. But it is a very big industry, and so being able to guide your patients to use the correct oil. Oh, my essential oil on my face is just straight frankincense. That's all I've used for many years. So different ways to add essential oils to your acupuncture practice that we're going to cover today are the clients using it for self-care between appointments. This is one thing I found helps to increase the effectiveness of the acupuncture and has the treatments holding longer when people are using like a blend on the soles of their feet or diffusing it in between the appointments. Like I said earlier, I always apply essential oils to the soles of their feet at the beginning of the acupuncture treatment. There's only, I think, maybe 2 or 3 clients out of 300 I see on a regular basis that I don't apply essential oils to their feet because they have such a strong allergic reaction with skin sensitivities and they get hives really easy. That's the type of person you generally don't want to put oils on their feet. I do have some people that have excessive histamine response. And have you guys ever noticed that sometimes certain clients, their points will get really red from the acupuncture needle, excessively red and itchy, and they'll get a really strong histamine response? You can use essential oils that calm that down and reduce the histamine response, and the person will feel better with the needles. So in those cases, I will generally always use the histamine calming type of essential oils. We'll talk about when to use a carrier oil and when not to use a carrier oil coming up too. I'll share what I do. I'll share my routine with you guys. Okay. So, and then we're going to talk about retailing general items. People love the little roll-ons. There was one person here that told me they were retailing some roll-ons for the season. And then I also am going to share some recipes that my clients just love to buy as little retail items. And so that's another way you can generate income. Plus, your clients are getting a high quality product, so it's helpful. So in this class, we're always going to be referring to the therapeutic grade essential oils and not the aromatherapy grade. So the aromatherapy grade are the ones that you can get like at the general store, like the Now brand. Some of those are, they'll say aromatherapy oils, essential oils. We're talking more about the higher quality essential oils, and I personally will only use a company that is approved by the FDA for internal use because essential oils go deep into the body quickly. They absorb very quickly. And I feel that if you can't put it in your body, if that manufacturer isn't approved for that, it's probably not a good idea to put it on your skin because it's going to end up in the same place or similar place. So diffusing, today we're going to talk about cold air diffusing versus water-based diffusing and passive diffusing. So these are all different ways I use the oils here. And it also depends a lot on your climate. We'll get into in a minute. You can use it for topical applications, adding to the acupuncture treatment session. Like I said, I only put the oils on the soles of the feet. We'll talk about that in detail. The self-care use at home, and when to dilute with a lotion versus a carrier oil. Also, when to use it internally, and when to dilute with a carrier oil for internal use, or to put it in water or in a capsule. The different types of diffusers out there right now are the cold air diffusers that use nebulizing technology with an air pump to release smaller molecules of the pure essential oil air into the mist. The cold air diffusers are best for the moldy climates or mildew climates or climates that have too much humidity. Water-based diffusers use ultrasonic technology to vibrate the water and the oil molecules into smaller sizes and releases them into the air. These are your atomizers, and these work great for drier climates, just diffusing in general. And then the passive diffusers include, there's the natural lava rocks bracelets that a lot of people wear. You can also get diffuser cotton pads and the diffuser necklaces and clay diffuser ornaments. The clay diffusers that you put on top of a light bulb, I don't really recommend that because the oil gets too hot and it loses its therapeutic nature. But a lot of the kids really like these lava rocks, and adults actually. But if you're working with children, this is a great way to have them use their oils when they're going to school. The cold air diffusers, they pull directly from the essential oil bottle, and they're best for the damp climates with mold and mildew, dampness and phlegm affecting the lungs, chronic candida or mycoplasma infections in the lungs, and when desiring a higher concentration of therapeutic grade essential oils. The cold air diffusers, they work pretty much just like a nebulizer does, and I found it very effective for people who have pneumonia or a lot of phlegm in their lungs. Especially here in the Midwest, we recommend this a lot if people have chronic lung conditions. If you have mold, let's talk about this real quick. If you have mold in an area, or if somebody has mold allergies, if people tend to have tree or leaf mold allergies, they're going to do better with the cold air diffusers because anytime you add extra humidity into the air, people with mold allergies tends to exacerbate their allergies. So the antifungal blends that I recommend here for cold air diffusing, for cold conditions or cold climates, you can use a blend of 50% orange, 25% clove, and 25% cinnamon. And usually there's a particular bottle that you mix it into, and then you put it into the cold air diffuser. Clove and cinnamon are both great for bacteria, molds, and those types of things. And then the orange just kind of helps to dilute it. If it's a hot or warmer climates, you can use lavender, tea tree, and palmarosa. Palmarosa is it's in the grasses family. It's the same family as lemongrass and citronella, which are great against molds also. But palmarosa is beneficial for the skin. It's easier to tolerate, and it's kind of cooling to the skin. So this would be a great antifungal blend for the warmer climates. A general neutral blend option too is 50% lemon, 25% lemongrass, and 25% lemon myrtle. This is really helpful for lung congestion and if people have a lot of phlegm in their lungs. And then also to target the lungs directly, I created certain essential oil blends for both the meridians and the organs, and we're going to talk about those all weekend. And they work great in the muscle testing system that I use. They muscle test favorably probably 95% of the time when somebody has an issue with their lungs. So 40% lemon, 40% lemon myrtle, 10% basil, and 10% peppermint. And the basil and the peppermint will open up the respiratory tract and help to dilate the bronchioles so that people can breathe better and get that in there. Water-based diffusers, they dilute the essential oils in water first. They're best for drier climates, also in autumn and winter when the humidity is reducing, and in smaller spaces, up to about 400 square feet, they work well. You use a lower concentration of the therapeutic grade essential oils. These work better for community spaces to cleanse the air. So if you were going to use something in your office, I personally don't diffuse oils in my office because I use them with pretty much every treatment. People think I'm diffusing something. They say when they walk in, they'll be like, oh, it smells so great in here. What are you using? Are you diffusing something? I'll be like, I'm just using stuff all day long. And for some reason, it all ends up blending well in the end. So if you're using essential oils in your actual treatments, I don't know if atomizer might be too much. But if you're not using them in your treatments, then an atomizer, especially in cold and flu season, is great. And I feel like my clinic stays pretty clean and healthy because I'm using oils all the time. The water-based diffusers are also better during the night while you're sleeping. They will stay on generally for 4 to 6 hours. And so you can have them go all night. And they're good for most other uses than what we specified for the cold air diffusers. For the question about do I recommend some essential oil brands, pretty much just go with what is therapeutic grade, and there's different reasons to go with different manufacturers, and it depends on your individual clinic needs. If we have time, we can talk about that at the end. But as long as it's approved by the FDA for internal use, like their citrus oils, the orange oils, the mint oils, then it's pretty much a reputable company that you can work with. And there's my contact information. We went 2 minutes over. I hope you guys join me this weekend for the classes for pain. And if you're not going to join me for the pain class or the hormone class, feel free to send me an email and I will respond with some suggestions for you if you'd like. So thanks again. I had a great time. I always love working with the eLotus group. So thanks for having me. Glad you enjoyed it. And I hope you guys attend this weekend. We'll have a lot of fun. I promise. My classes are fun.
Good. Okay, thank you, Michelle, for today's great class, and thank you, everyone, for joining us. I hope you were able to learn something that you can apply in your practice right away. For the full day class, be sure to join us this weekend on Saturday and Sunday, and we will look forward to seeing you guys there. Today's class was recorded, so if you want to watch it again, you can do so starting tomorrow from our TC and Wisdom Tube, where we have our collection of past 1 hour weekday webinars. And that is it for today, everyone. Thank you so much, and we'll see you this weekend. Bye.